and let's get started. Hello. How is everybody doing? How's things? How's life? How's the universe? How's your week been? Let me resize the chat a little so that I can actually see. Well, I can actually see is a bit of a stretch. And also I'm going to change from my slightly tinted glasses to my filming glasses. They're clear. Although they are also kind of mucky. So I'm going to clean them with my top. God, I did a terrible job at that. Do it with the towel. Hello to John. Hello to Crazy Beer. Hello to Simon S63, and hello to Ish. How you guys doing? How's things? Hello Agent B. How you doing? Hello Harry. How's things? Nothing on me works. Right. Are we actually, ready, Andrew? I'm alive, I know that much. Snap. Snap, crackle, and pop. Sorry, my eye's falling apart. I did it good here and just finished my KFC mini fillet burgers and hash browns and cheese. Nice. I'm pissed off with my new GPU. The card's black screen. Sorry, I'm gonna close Thunderbird so you stop getting email notifications. Black screen's crashing at 53 degrees. Tried to sort it all, must be drivers. I would ish. Can I tempt you with a water cooling loop? I would use DDU, display driver uninstaller, to wipe whatever drivers you have and then get to it. Oh, you did that. Then it's probably not a driver problem. It's there is an chance that it is a hardware problem, like a cold solder joint or something, or an inconsistent connection, and when it heats up, stuff expands, and that can either cause stuff to start to short or to become disconnected because they expand away from each other, things like that. So there is an chance that that's the case. If you really can't get anywhere with it, you might also, this might sound strange, but you might want to put it in your oven. It's not a sure fix and it might kill it, but if it's not functional anyway, yeah, so by putting in the oven, you're not really gonna get it hot enough unless you put it to like full heat. You're not gonna get it as hot as a soldering iron would. No, this isn't just here for comedic effect, although that would be great. Yeah. So yeah. Hello, Mike. Is that the character's actual name? But hello. It functions with fans ramped up. Interesting. But is that just because it doesn't get to that 53 or whatever degree Celsius critical point? I have a graphics card in that PC for a reason. For the first time in a while. You won't have a video on Monday. You'll have a video on Tuesday. And I think that's about all I'm allowed to say. What's the video that what video do I have tomorrow? Oh dear. I keep track of these things. Oh right, yeah, the new smart home stuff that I've got that actually works. I know it's amazing. Hello to Chris and hello to Zig. How you doing? How you guys doing? How's things? Muted RGB, not too overbearing. That is an Asus Strix Z790 or Z790 Strix E board. Asus actually sent me a Z790 Tough Pro Wi-Fi or something today. It's just over there. It's just out of frame, but it came in a completely unmarked box. It doesn't have proper packaging. It's just the motherboard, a bit of like foam in the box, and I was like, how did they get this board, and why? And also, if I'm honest, it's a bit late for Asus to be sending me motherboards. Yeah, the GPU isn't on, which is why there isn't any RGB from that. Hit something on my way to work yesterday. 2 new tires and a dented alloy later. I got to work at 1, not half 8. Wonderful. Why 2 new tires? Like, if you dented the alloy, fair enough, but why 2 new tires? Like, did you slice the tires? But obviously, you know, press F to pay respects. Both left ones detonated. Ah, interesting. Did you hit a pothole really hard? Because I've done that. My tires haven't detonated, but I have been worried. Hello Simon, how you doing? How's things? How has your week of benchmarking been? Sorry, I mean, how has your week been? I back when I was a wee Wayne, I was up with family in the uppers of Scotland, and we were driving back. We were driving along the like A road, whatever, Joe Carriageway, and one of his tires went. And, you know, being the helpful 8-year-old I was, I got out to try and help, and like we must have like hit something, and it's the driver's side tire just went for it front. So we swapped out for the spare and we started driving again, only to immediately come to a stop again to then look at the back tire, realize that was gone, and realize that there was just a massive chunk missing out of the alloy. So no wonder. But we were so focused on the front tire that we didn't notice that the back tire was also destroyed. So yeah, tow truck visit on that one. Simon S63, what vehicle do you have? If you've told me, I've forgotten, so I apologize. But what vehicle is it? 308, right. My friend has 308 actually. The 2019 model. Wasn't the sort of thing I wouldn't imagine wanting to put Joe pipes on it, if I'm personally honest. But you know, each to their own. The AdBlue tank is in the way apparently. Ah, yeah, it's the diesel. Oh. I can't say that I've ever found diesels an attractive auditory sensation. um, just for the look, I don't want the noises. Ah, okay. Okay, fair enough. That's I completely agree with that. I rescind my previous questionings. because dual pipes, or in my case, quad pipes, look fantastic. When I bought my S4, the previous owner had hacked the back of the two back boxes off and fitted screamer pipes, which were just two large like oval pipes, and it's one, it droned like hell, which was awful for driving it, and two, I didn't like the look of the fat twin pipes as much, so I went and bought a used stock exhaust, cut it off at the breaker's yard with an angle grinder, came home, actually cut it properly, fitted it up with some titanium sleeves, I think, and then or stainless sleeves, and then clamped it down, whatever, and leveled them off, and they actually look good, and I'm quite happy with that. They have a slight tilt to them as well, which I kind of like. Nice. When we were doing them up, we're playing around with what does this look like, and I'd like, I'd get my friend to lay under the car and hold it up, and then I'd get out and look at it and go, maybe down a bit more, up a bit, down a bit, up a bit, down a bit. So we got it just right. My diesel makes a nice sound above 4,000 RPM, but I can't afford to run it at that. Dude. I don't drive mine enough to care. Which is why I bought the stupid car. If I had to drive it every day, I wouldn't have the 3-liter petrol, supercharged petrol. I do 80 miles a day. Yeah, no, that's understandable. Yeah. Oh, sorry, an actual tech question. HMB, is the AOC C24G1A a decent low-budget gaming monitor? Too late, already ordered it yesterday in a sale. Maybe you can tell me to cancel it or not. So the first question is, have I reviewed it? Because if I haven't reviewed it, I can't say for sure. C24G1A? I normally show up in the videos section if I have, and it doesn't look like I have. No, although Bijan has. Huh. C normally means that it's curved, which normally isn't the best thing. 1500 R curve, 165 hertz refresh rate, which means VA panel. So it's probably going to be pretty nice for response times. Just how the way the wind blows. It's probably going to have some very nice, like deep and rich blacks to it. However, for gaming, like it's all fine, but it's probably a little on the slow side. It's also a 2020-ish monitor, which the panel tech hasn't changed all that much in like 3 years, but there have been some really new VA panels that have surprised me of how fast and responsive they are. But I don't think this will be one of them. I don't know that I would buy one. I would buy the 24G2A or the 25G3ZM. There's a couple of other ones, 24G2ZM or something like that as well, 204 euros. Yeah, the ones I've reviewed. Does DirectX 10 get DirectX 12.2, or is it just Windows 11, and does it even matter? Good question. I have no idea. Let's see what Reddit has to say? Um, sure. The flat version wasn't on sale. The curve was around $30 cheaper. That is fair. I think the only thing that I would perhaps mention is that monitors tend to stay in your presence for quite a long time. You know, like the monitor that I'm using as a portrait monitor is the AOC G2460 PQU, I think. Yeah. And that is from like 2015, 2016, at least, maybe even earlier actually. And so yeah, there's a like I still use that very, literally every day. And so monitors tend to stick around, is what I'm trying to say. And so personally, I'd be more willing to spend a bit extra for something that I know I'm going to be happy with for a longer period. Uh, sort of treat it more as an investment than something that you could, upgrade or replace later. Um, yeah. Uh, oh, and Simon, now how did you know that? Been very busy of late. I wonder why. Who knows? It's not very impressive. Personally, my personal opinion. Um, Although there is a briefing call actually about something I can't talk about from a company I probably can't say. Um, I apologize for the yobs that I have as not quite neighbors, but people near me. Um, Thanks to the thoughts. No worries. This is for a secondary gaming PC for the house that I threw together on a budget. I don't think the response times would bother anyone. Fair enough. In that case, perfectly fine. And it's fine to go with the more budget option. Like I said, it's unlikely to be a horrendous gaming experience you could never touch. There is obviously better available, but uh, it's fine, and you've already bought it. I do appreciate that. When asking for my opinions on this monitor, you're not exclusively looking for pure validation, because that's what most people do. Honestly, well, I can't really mentally handle reading YouTube comments because they're just so toxic. I'll read them for the first like day, but anything after the first day and it's no longer subscribers, it's like people, from search, and those people are nasty. But when I do read them, the vast majority of people are really looking just for validation for a purchase that they've already made. And so when you say that you don't like something or that it has some, negative attributes, which, I mean, everything does. But when you say a negative attribute that they think they've already, sussed out, they get quite upset at you in particular, like you, the reviewer. Oh, this was me. Where the comments you get on shorts amuse me. Yeah. I have a gaming PC, but the computer I use for the most things, browsing internet, is no 2600K. Nice. Gotta love a 2600K, indeed. That's kind of the whole reason for fanboys. Yeah, yeah. I think as I've said before, I don't really get that sort of fanboyism, the tribalism. Like, to be clear, I do have like, as everyone, I have my own inherent biases. The joy of being a reviewer is trying to a understand those biases, and then b be aware of them when then making judgments or making forming opinions on, you know, related products. And yeah, it's something that I am aware of, but at the same time, it's not something that I don't feel that sort of like tribal instinct to protect my company, because it's not my company. It's like I just buy stuff from them, or actually in this case, I probably don't. I just get stuff from them, but you know, I don't really have that tribal instinct towards things. I don't really understand it. Well, I do, but I don't. Sharks have comments. They do indeed. Is it the same stream of rubbish vids after the one that you accidentally clocked? Like they want to hook you or keep you on the little vids. Yes, pretty much. That's the thing, is that I really don't like shorts. I don't like that sort of short form factor video, specifically because, well, there's a number of reasons. One, it's too short to provide really meaningful information in any way that you will remember. Because the thing about a YouTube video is that A, it can be as long as you want, and so you can include as much information as you want. Second of all, it's really easy to go back and A, find it again, and then B, watch it again. If you want to you know, stay, you know, keep that information in your head. And three, because of the period of time that it takes to deliver that information, at least some of it is going to stick in your head. And you know, you can, it's quite easy to stop a YouTube video and then like go talk about it, or you know, really like think about this new information you've received. Whereas with a short, it's so short, and the whole idea is you then swipe to the next one. And I know that I have ADHD, and so I forget things very, very easily, but at the same time, like, it's designed so that you just keep swiping, and so you're not actually engaging with anything, you're not like learning any of the, you know, information presented. And so really the most interesting shorts just become skits and comedy and, you know, police videos. And you know, and indoctrination media. And so, you know, that's I don't really like it. But systemically, I don't like it because it's even more A, algorithmically driven, and B, deliberately, like, very deliberately addictive by design, by nature. I know that you could probably describe standard YouTube as some of that as well, but this is to another level, another degree. Not very happy with it. But we should protect OSRTT industries, of course, with my life. It's different when it's your own company. You need a super degree in psycho-internetry to understand it. That's where I'm going wrong. MX5, MR2, or Lotus Elan. Wow. Well, MX5 has the community factor. There is, you know, a very large community of parts and modding and, you know, tools and people like guides and all that sort of stuff for everything to do with an MX5. The MR2 is still somewhat popular, but it's not quite as popular. And the Lotus Elan, not popular at all. So you've probably written it in the order in which I would want one. Nothing get VXR right. Well, what's funny is, I guess a couple of months ago now at this point, a month and a half ago, I did the Palmer Sport Day at Bedford Autodrome, which involved 8 different vehicles, Land Rover Defender off-roading, the original one, um, uh, and 2 caterhams, one for drifting, one for track, a BMW M4 GTP, a Ginetta G56 GTA, a JPLM car, Formula 3000 car, karting, and what am I forgetting? I probably didn't count the 2 caterhams. And what's really funny is that driving, especially the BMW M4 GTP, which, bearing in mind, that is a like stripped out, track prepped, roll cage, race seats, no door cards, no, major interior, whatever, right? Like, you've got the dashboard, but that's about it. It felt so heavy. Like, it felt so difficult to control, so disconnected from the road, and just such a cumbersome beast. Whereas driving, especially the Formula 3000, but even the Caterham and the LM car, well, actually both Caterhams, and the Ginetta, all of those, because they are so light, they're well under a ton each. Whereas the BMW is still 1,500, 1,600 kilograms, like 1.6 tons, even track prepped. It was such a big difference. It was so much easier to handle, to brake, to pull through the corners, and obviously to accelerate as well. The posture of the car changes so much. You need so much less suspension and roll, body roll built in. You can have much stiffer suspension for better control. All of that sort of stuff is possible because of that lightweight. And so if I wanted a track car, well, it turns out that you can buy quite a few single-seater Formula-style cars for not that much money. Like, F3 and F4 cars are pretty accessible. Like, I think there's someone in Finland currently selling 2 Formula 4 cars, I think, for £35,000, 35,000 euros, something like that, for 2 cars. Yeah. Hello, Joe. How you doing, man? Those things. My father thinks the best car ever made is a Nissan Bluebird. What the hell is he smoking? Each to their own. Your own preferences. Insane preferences, but your own preferences. Someone's house I drive past to work seems to have sold their Nissan Bluebird. Only has a Volvo 740 and 2 MX-5s left. Interesting collection. This is a rather unique collection indeed. Not too bad, thank you. Have I missed anything? A bit late today? No worries. Not too much. I genuinely can't remember what we've been talking about. A bit about cars mostly, actually. Yeah. Yeah. What was I... We got to the Andrew Goes Mad part of the stream quite quickly. We're not even halfway through, quite. I think I'm under NDA or embargo to talk about basically everything I've been doing for the last week. So my conversation ability is at a minimum. So I can't talk too much about what I've been doing, and so my auto cue of what to talk about is currently redacted. My mate had a Bluebird from you, never serviced it, only breaks, couple of bashes over the years, still was running when he passed away, full of rust, 400k plus, still started first time. Impressive. That's very impressive. I'm off to sunny Skegness tomorrow for a weekend at my caravan. Nice. Ow. Oh, nope, nope. I'm also in a fair bit of pain and general disability this week, so that's also something. But nice. Simon S63. I can't say that I'm the caravanning type personally, but yeah, fair, nice. Enjoy. Hope it's nice and relaxing. I physically can't relax if I'm being honest. It just doesn't happen. Yeah. Really difficult to focus when you're in pain. I don't know if you've ever experienced that yourself. Oh. Few beers, that's relaxing. Fair play. I'm sadly not one for partaking in the old devil hooch. That one doesn't work either. If I'm honest, my mental state would lead me quite quickly to addiction of any mind altering substance. So it's better if I don't. I'm in pain 24/7. Gotta love it. Not. Yeah. No. Well, I mean, same, but yeah, no. I've been referred to the pain management clinic. You take a holistic look at your I don't expect it to be very effective if I'm being honest. Where is it? Where's my prop? Oh, my meth is gone. Well, my legal meth, I should say, for the YouTube auto captioning. Where's it gone? Oh no, I put it away. Right, of course I did. That was sensible. I tidied. I know, crazy. I do have what I like to call legal meth, which is lisdexamphetamine for ADHD. Although I can't take it because my heart's. I think we all have ailments. It's kind of part of the human condition. It's mostly just the scale. Tech buggered up TechteamGB. Yeah. Mine's getting a lot easier since losing weight. Wonderful. That's excellent news. That is fantastic. Father has had constant neuropathy for ages. He's getting surgery tomorrow for an electric implant in his spine that will hopefully help the pain. Wonderful. Hope that goes very well for him. The best medicine in the world is a bottle of scotch because you can't feel or see anything. I'll take your word on that. Cyborg type. Well, my brain's my brain ain't great either, so no. Yeah. I did actually tidy over the weekend. It doesn't really look like it. Nothing that much has changed. There's kind of slightly less stuff here, but I've replaced the desk that was here that had a fairly old AOC ultrawide on it with some shelves that we had upstairs that were currently otherwise not in use, which is where I now have all of the OS, RTT, and LTT stuff, like all the packing, all the USB cables, microphones, etc. Um, and then tidied upstairs. I had a two-seater leather blue sofa off to the side for ages because we bought it from a charity shop when we first moved in. We both hated it, but we just needed something at the right price point. Um, and so yeah, we bought that. But when we bought our new sofa, we wanted to get rid of that blue one, but the charity shop that sold it to us had taken or had accepted it without the fire safety label, which in the UK is apparently a really big deal. If it doesn't have the fire safety label, no one can take it, uh, which is really annoying. So we moved it upstairs as a sort of, guest sleeping, whatever. Uh, didn't really work out, just stuff got piled on top of it. So I've now removed that and moved the shelving that was next door upstairs, and it now is a lot better. You might notice it in the videos actually. Um, I'm guilty of eating those silly little fire labels. Why? If you said cutting them out or something, that would have been fine, but eating them? Oh dear. Currently 35.5 kilograms down. Nice. That's fantastic. He's the reason silica packets say don't consume. You're totally right. Oh, dear me. Um, that warning doesn't stop me. I think I've been to a dozen or so pain management clinics over the years. Just pace yourself. Really? No, you can't do that in 30 minutes anymore. You need to pace yourself and take 4 hours. It sucks. Yes, but it's like I, the, I've lived with pain. Like I don't think I've had a day without at least some pain since probably like 2017. So since Rising, correlation, not causation. Um, and yeah, like I've been through the stages of grief enough times, to have thought very hard, long and hard about it, and it still doesn't make it any better. Still doesn't make it any easier. It still absolutely sucks. um, and so yeah, I don't know what they're gonna tell me. Uh, it's best when the pain clinic says, "Have you tried meditating?" Yes, I can't. I have ADHD. I physically can't. I like. I have to be doing something. If you ever look up the symptoms for ADHD, one of them is driven by a motor. That's me. I can't stop. I have to be doing something. I have to be asleep or I have to be doing something. That's it. And so there was a while ago. There was the whole like mindfulness apps. Like I can't remember what the specific app was called. I probably don't have it installed anymore because it's been years. I don't recognize any of the labels, so I guess I don't. But there was some like like mindfulness meditation app that was getting advertised a lot. It was free for a bit, and then there was a paid version or something. And I tried it out, and it's like, and breathe deeply and feel your body, and I'm like, what am I meant to be doing? Like, sure, I'll do the breathing bit, but like, what do you mean about clear your mind and feel what your body wants to tell you? Like, If I'm in pain, I can feel the pain. It's clearly telling me that. Otherwise, it's just the meat sack, innit? I can feel touch, but I don't, I don't metamorphosize what, I don't feel what my muscles feel like. What? No, what? So yeah, it just doesn't work. As for the, what was your other one? Have you tried not doing things that hurt? What, existing? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to do that one, though. I think I get in trouble if I try that. Why don't you just try not being in pain? Thought of that one. Yeah. I can literally do nothing. In fact, I get in trouble from the wife about it. I don't know whether that's lucky or unlucky. Feel the inner calm wash over you. What? Yeah, no. And yeah, Andy's here each week. Many consider this stream as nothing. Oh no, I'm doing something. This is as much as I, it's a friendly chat. I am very much on the spectrum, and this isn't my normal, personality. To like, this is masking, and it takes concerted effort, which is probably why the streams don't last that long, because otherwise you just get like nothing out of me after about an hour and a half. Over the last 4 years, I've slowed down. I started watching TV. I bought one in 2019. The last time I had a TV was 1998, if memory serves me. Fair. I do have a TV, but I don't really watch it. I'm in here watching YouTube instead, which is arguably much worse. Yeah. After 2 hours, Andy would be singing sea shanties and spinning around his chair. No, I'd be in a puddle in the corner, but you're close. Fair play, Alex. Oh dear. What was it? Right. I can't tell you what it is, but there'll be a video on Tuesday at 2 p.m. And then there might be a video on Wednesday? I'm not sure. Oh, I can't open. I think it's Wednesday the 17th. No, Tuesday's the 17th. Oh. Let me check something. Thursday. There might be a video on Thursday at 2 p.m. UK time. My mailing app just closed. Yeah. Return of the Wednesday video. Oh god, no. No, I'm way too burned out for that. It was Alder Lake that broke me. It was the 12th gen launch that broke me. And I had to stop because doing 3 videos a week, especially in my rather terrible mental state, was just not possible. Now, like nowadays with just 2 videos, I still kind of struggle. I work to a timeline, and I'm aware that if I said I had to do 3 videos a week again, I probably could, but I'd be absolutely dead every single day. Like it's already kind of a struggle to do 2 well. So to do 3 is just kind of impossible these days. So yeah. When my back is killing me, I put my hand in a vice and it takes my mind off of it. You know, everyone's got to have a vice. At least one. Mine is sugar on that one. You've gone up by 1,000 subscribers. You're only 2.4k away. Where am I at? Yeah, 97.6. It's actually in the top of the Discord. It's in the channel selection. One of the things with the what are they called? The bot, Me6, is those API integrations. At least your voice won't go bankrupt. Nice. But yeah, it's up there. I don't look at it much, but yeah, I'm not too far away. I think we're probably on track for sometime towards the start of next year, finally hitting the 100k. It's about averages out to like 9,000 subscribers a year. That's not how many I've actually had consistently, but yeah, not bad. Going, I've gone up 5 subscribers in 2 years. Fair. I've noticed that YouTube, especially on the homepage, has been pretty strange. It's been recommending videos that have like just been uploaded and have like 20 views total, from channels that I've like never watched before, and that honestly I'm not that interested in. Like the content, you know, that it recommends me is not content I you know, frequently watch or anything. And there was a video that popped up from someone who I think he said used to work for YouTube, and he'd like just launched his that channel. The video that I ended up watching had like received a couple million views before he could monetize the channel, and then he made a video about that, which also got like I think 1 million views or something. But he was talking about that algorithmic change, and yeah, this TechteamGB guy keeps popping up on mine. Good, excellent. Hopefully once the videos start rolling out next week, it will perk up, but I'm not too fussed about the sub count anymore. It became more about doing what I want on it. Wonderful. I'm glad that that's the sort of attitude you have, as it were. It's kind of my attitude, if you probably couldn't tell. The subscriber count's great. Obviously, I welcome more, and obviously the more subscribers I have, it helps get more views, but also B, you know, get more attention from companies and get more products in and all that sort of stuff, and then you get better or you know, more interesting content, etc. But it's not something that I've been min-maxing, shall we say. YouTube homepage is such garbage on especially on a new account. I haven't opened a new account in a long time, but fair. Did you check out any A580 reviews this week? I didn't actually. I saw them go out, but haven't had the time and mental energy. Yeah, what's it like? The you know, the thumbnails and things make it seem like it's a interesting choice. Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing. I was trying to think of what it is I've been doing, but I've been checking off this feature list. There's 4 new features for the latency tool, and actually quite a few big ones. So the latency tool, which if you're not familiar, is this little bad boy. The open source latency testing tool. So you can now use that 2-pin input to trigger mouse and keyboard tests. So instead of it using the microphone to listen to the click, you can solder directly to your mouse if you really want to, and then have that trigger it there. As for the mouse test itself, I've done some pretty massive improvements to how that works, like how the actual test functions in the background. So it's a lot more consistent, and it now reports microsecond counts, and I think it should now report. It should now work for higher than 1000 Hz mice. I need to test that, but I do have two 8000 Hz mice here, so I'm gonna test that whenever I get some time to make sure. It's probably not gonna come out to exactly, you know, whatever, however many 0.1, 0.25 milliseconds, but it should come out to sub 1 millisecond, I think. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. As for game testing, the two other new features are for that. So the games, first of all, you can pre-test your system's latency and then have that subtracted from the game latency to give you a rough look at what the game is doing rather than you know, your system part. So you can say this game itself comes out to this sort of average. This game takes about this long, rather than this game on my system takes about this long. That's good. And also you can now have the mouse move as the trigger. So instead of just left clicking and like firing your gun or whatever, you can now move the mouse left or right. And the really cool thing is that with the Arduino library, like the standard mouse library, you can only move a certain amount each time. So what I found was that I can, from the desktop app, I can tweak your Windows cursor sensitivity programmatically. And so what I do is I get your current mouse sensitivity. So whenever you load it in, no matter what you start with, you know, maybe you run it a bit fast, maybe you run it a bit slow, doesn't matter. I'll put it back where I left it, you know, where it was. So I get your current one and store that, and then I set it to its maximum if you select that option. I've got small mouse move and big mouse move, or large mouse move. So if you select large, that will change the sensitivity so that it will move a lot, as much as it can in a single instant, to actually trigger that change nicely. And so you just line up against something, a dark edge and a light edge. Start on the dark edge, and it'll move the mouse, you know, to one side, and then it'll move it back once it's done. Yeah. The case on OSLTC looks super crisp and detailed, new printer. So these are professionally printed for me with multi-jet infused nylon. So or actually no, this is resin, isn't it? This is resin. I tried some MJF nylon, but that is resin, but they're professionally manufactured. And I have a full bag of them behind me. Well, 50. Yeah, it looks a lot better than my printer. In fact, I actually have some of the old ones. For a comparison, this is one of the sort of test ones, and this is the sort of production one. So, pretty big difference. Yeah. Andy, when does daylight saving start over there? It's great you start at 6 a.m, but that's breakfast time for me here, and then 7 a.m. start time. Well, that's shower time, so can't win till I go back an hour. Fair. That's a good question. End of the month? Oh, 29th of October, there you go. So yeah, end of the month. So 2 more streams? Crazy difference, isn't it? Is it still cost effective compared to you printing them? Yes, I actually have them manufactured at the same place that I get the PCBs manufactured, which is GLC PCB. So they are... I can't remember exactly how much. It's something like $3 per half or something like that. Plus shipping and import, so it's probably more like $10 per unit per case. But yeah, like it is undeniably more expensive than me printing them here, but the labor time alone, like I ordered 100 cases, or no, I ordered 50 cases. But to print 50 of these, my printer could only fit, well, realistically I'd want to print them on one of the edges, and so that's, you know, going to be a... Oh, no worries, Chris. Catch you next week. But yeah, so realistically I can only maybe fit one unit on the printer at a time. They take maybe 4 hours, I think, to print, 5 hours. And so, yeah, it's just not worth the time on top of the quality improvement to get them manufactured, so yeah. Yeah, labor time and just the mental energy that I'd have to spend on doing it it was already too much with the original response time tool, and so I can't imagine doing it for the like hundreds of units in total I've shipped now, both of latency and response time tools, and OSRTT Pros. These guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, the reason I remembered is that I have a little crystal oscillator in here, a little 10 megahertz oscillator, because one of the things with the features I was adding is the click test isn't perfect. There is still some latency there. So ideally, if I could do something like sync timestamps between the two, you know, between the desktop app and the board, I could then just submit time codes between the two and then compare the time codes, rather than having to wait for a serial transaction to happen. But the built-in clock isn't accurate enough to stay with that, so I was well, at some point I'm going to use this crystal oscillator to do some testing and see if with a 10 megahertz reference design, if it will be able to stay synchronized well or well enough. And if it is, then probably with a few more features and improvements, I might make a pro. Have you designed your own PC peripheral device? I guess so, yeah. I've done a couple, I guess. Depends how you define it. Technically, this does act like a mouse and keyboard, but this is the open source latency testing tool. So this can test mice, keyboards, monitors, games, and kind of anything else you want, with a 2-pin input and all that sort of stuff. I also have the open source response time tool. This is an unfinished one. The screen's missing, but this tests monitors specifically and response times, and then also technically latency. Wrote my own DirectX code for the latency test and for well, the latency tool. No underground carports being built. No, unfortunately, I'm not that well off. Although I did watch his second channel, ton of videos, which are always fun. Anything exciting lined up for that wheel? It's in the exact same state as it was previously. I do have a Mercedes A-Class review to edit, and I might get around to that soon enough. But yeah, at some point I will. Although I'm not sure where the audio clips for it have gone because it's been a while. It's a Mercedes A-Class, not an S or an EQS. Although they did improve that for the AMG one that I drove. How rattly / cheap plastic was it? Sorry. What's your opinion on Linux? It's a very useful operating system. But it does require you to be a greybeard to truly make use of it. I'm getting better, but I still don't know that I would daily drive Linux. Every experience that I have with it, it's an infuriating mess. What's I doing? Oh, that was it. The Zima board. That was my most recent Linux experience. And again, the easiest solution was to just reinstall the operating system. And I tried to mount an SSD, and oh god. You can get an old R8 for the same price as a new A-Class. You can indeed. And I know which one I would buy. Because I have an old S4. For half the price of a new A-Class. Oh, the Carwa video. I didn't watch it, but I know of it. Yeah. The A-Class here is a very chav car. The A45S and maybe even the A35S, yes. Anything under that, like the A220, A180, whatever, are like city mum cars. Like, yeah. I love Linux for everything except daily general use. Spot on. I want it on my server, don't want it on my computer. Well, the thing is that I want it on my computer, but the things that make it great, especially for like servers and reliability and all that, is what makes it so awful for using on your desktop. Yeah. When you want to look rich but aren't really rich, you get one of those new A-Classes. That's the thing, is that, like, as I'm sure I'll explain in the review that I'll edit eventually, everything like looks nice. Like, everything looks premium. You open the door and you go, wow, that looks like a nice interior. And then you sit in the uncomfortable seat, touching the half plastic steering wheel, touching the fake, metal look plastic vents, and the fake, like vinyl door, and you're just like, I thought this was nice, and then I touched it. No. So yeah, had to top up my car, $103, and stopped, still not full. Oof. The Hyundai, was it? Picanto? Kia Picanto. Right? I'd rather get a C10 pickup truck and use all the same money on petrol. Fair. Trying to get my dad to give me his Merc SLK AMG, but he keeps saying no. One day. To be fair, the C10, that's about 2 tanks petrol. Yeah. Oh dear. Right. I think I'm gonna go lie down. Oh, the 380. Ah, right. He never drives it. Really annoying. I mean, I never drive mine either, so I can't say anything. But with that said, I'm gonna go lie down and cry. So, I will see you all next week. Like I said, there'll be a video tomorrow, and there'll be a video on Tuesday at 2 p.m. There might be a video on Thursday as well. I'm not sure. I'll know by Monday afternoon. And then yeah, I would I'll see you on Thursday for a stream, certainly. Are you satisfied with current / high tier NVMe speeds for personal use? Yes, completely. I have no need for a RAM disk these days, and like NVMe is way cheaper than RAM is generally, so yeah, I would much rather use storage designed for the purpose. So yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you all tomorrow, Tuesday, and next Thursday. Bye, guys.